Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, scabs, scallywags, assassins, maybe even Templars, to Let's Stream Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Part 23, Devil's Advocate. If you're just now catching me off of the last live stream, or if you're catching up later on YouTube, in the last couple episodes, we have finished our run of the northern and middle territories, collecting all of the uncharted doodads, with the exception of underwater devilry, and with the exception of completing assassination contracts that would otherwise complete an area. Now, here we are in the Salt Lagoon, in the Gabara region, getting ready to continue on with the main story, Devil's Advocate. But we had unfinished business. One remaining Animus fragment in this region. Absolutely, and we're back again. So, let's grab that. 10 left. Always glad to see it. And while I was sailing over here, I noticed that it is not in fact Blackbeard, but Benjamin Hornigold, who's just over yonder, aboard his ship the Benjamin. But before we get crazy, I thought it would be nice to take a look and see how we can grow our precious jackdaw. Let's sell some cargo while we're at it. Some sugar, just under 3,000, and some rum, just over 1,500. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Cargo, we still need that. Some upgrades. Broadside cannons are never a bad idea. We don't have enough wood for a better hull. We could always do better with the mortar. But I think that we're going to get the most bang for our buck by upgrading our broadside cannons. That will bring us back up to 19 broadside cannons per side, causing a massive amount of firepower. So I think that that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Because it's always good to outgun your opponent. Alright. Alright, Adewale. Let's ride.
Captain has the helm. Loose main sails.
Been a while since we've interacted with the main story. It'll be good to continue.
All weather there, Captain.
Yeah. Hey, it's just what we needed. But it'll be good to continue the campaign. Here we go.
What the hell's happened here? Were you attacked?
Other way round. It were Blackbeard who struck first. Opened fire on a British man-o'-war, the pillock.
What in God's name for?
Still searching for medicines, but he's gone barmy if you ask me.
I'll bring him home.
Leave him, man. He's heaped this trouble on himself.
We can't do that. It's Blackbeard.
Unfold, mates. Let's move.
Rescue survivors. Okay. Locate the Queen Anne's Revenge. The Furious. Probably.
Hold down and clue up. Mains up. Let's go.
Loose the mains, half sails.
As much sail as you can.
We ride the wind for all she's worth.
All right. On through the Salt Lagoon.
Captain, there's a wreck yonder. Looks recent.
I see it. Let's hope Thatch hasn't come to the same end.
All right.
Another bit of wreckage, Captain. This is looking grim.
One.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Reef the foreman!
Blast. This is getting well out of hand.
A dozen crates of medicine should not be so hard to come at.
That ain't my meaning. It's Thatch and Hornigold and this pointless feud of theirs. Can't you feel it?
I do, aye. But both men have their hearts in a good place. Both want the best for the people of Nassau.
But is that the best course for us? Saving a city that ain't worth much. We're not men made to govern. We take and spend and live heartily wherever we go.
What solution would you propose?
The answer's in wealth and power, not politics. If we found the observatory, we'd see enough money to buy the whole of England. Or it might be we'd lord over these kings and emperors like they was peasants themselves.
A lot of large talk, Captain. But is it your crew you sail for, or yourself?
I mean the best for these men, I do. So simple.
Ready to fire, sir! Ah! Off target! Fire! Weakest right there, Kevin! Working on it hardy, sir! That'll wipe 'em out! Head out to sail! Get up to planks!
This gale's got teeth, Captain.
Oh.
Here it comes! Run to flatten yourselves!
That wind's no small gale, sir.
Loose all! Let's move!
Douse the topsails!
Okay, there's our last survivor right there.
Here it comes! I've landed a
Oh.
volley, sir! Raise!
Take some damage here!
Ah, jeez.
They bring force, Captain! We're ready, sir! A cannon! Get out of range! Awaiting orders, sir! Down to the ship, can we?
Fire!
The captain, well placed!
Here it comes! Planes in a fair few feet, but we're holding! Fire!
Wind is picking up!
Take away! Loose all and twin shot to the wind!
Come! Are you mad?
Oh.
Loose up! Eat her sticks! All
Oh,
fire!
wow.
Take it!
Use the mortar!
Okay.
Here it comes! Steady, lads! Fasten yourselves! We're just about flotsam, Captain!
We have reached badly, sir! Just about
Here it comes! Brace yourselves!
Whew. It's a bit too dangerous to go after that. That that boarding ship. Is that it? Let's see here. You need to board him for repairs. Yeah. Brig. At the Queen Anne's. There she is.
Addy, see that?
It's her, Captain, the Queen Anne's Revenge. And she's in a bad way.
No time for a vote. Thatch is outnumbered.
The crew will understand. Beat the quarters, lads! We're sailing into hell!
Get the mainsails into the wind.
Stuns up!
Oh.
with the will.
Thatch is overwhelmed. I'm going ashore.
I'll keep the jackdaw circling.
Oh, Bonnet, you got this.
In service of a noble cause!
Medicines, I hope you mean.
Aye, Italian nearby. And if we crack these lobsters quick, we might catch up to them. Know your book learning. Prepare you for the stuff of the
All right.
sort, Mr. Bonnet. For certain, there's more to be learned by doing than reading. Remember,
Nothing subtle. Real Dutch.
legends ain't born from wildness.
He's a madman. But you gotta respect it.
Gentlemen, our galleon has reappeared.
Heads up!
Back to my ship, quick as you please. She'll not slip away now.
Oh, this is too much.
I'll see you back to your jackdaw when the smoke is clear. But for now, I need a helmsman.
Call it out.
Loose
Oh.
the waves! And head straight for that bloody ship. We'll have our medicines and little time at all.
Yeah, we got this.
Don't let her out of your sight. Look, Captain, won't place shot there. She's vulnerable there, Captain. Look, Captain, won't place shot there. Bear down on our Kenway.
I'm doing it, Thatch. There we go.
She's cracked! Lad! Send her to hell! Find the captain. At the end.
Alright. That's not good.
Get to rights. I've got a shot!
Oh! Nice. That's probably my smoke detector. I need some more batteries. Ooh. That's unfortunate. I'll just, pause that there, and there we go. That shouldn't happen again. Sorry about that.
Bloody news me! Ready to take the shot! I'm gonna get lively! You're in my sight, sweetheart! Find the captain and end this, Kenway!
Oh, we're gonna end it. Thatch. Oh, shoot.
We'll not let you get away!
Daggone. Okay. Yep. There we go. Ooh.
I'm not a man accustomed to murder, Captain. If you'd taken quarter, you'd not be seeping now.
Sack a muzzle, gobshite. You'll be hanged and sun-dried just as them there were in Boston.
The King's called for a pardon.
Captain, we've searched the hold. It's a middling take, but the medicine we found bears a Charlestown stamp.
Thank you, Mr. Hans. We cannot resupply Nassau out here by force and accident alone. We should go to Charlestown for the lot.
Hello? Are we victorious? I fear I am not built for the fatigue and care required to live as a man of fortune.
Meet me in Charlestown. 1 month from today.
Ooh. That was my best one, but that's okay. All right. Charlestown, 1 month from today. All right. But we've already been to Florida. So we'll just go right over here.
Loose and catch the wind! Loose tops and royals!
We're making to hit him, sir!
Oh, come.
Down they go! Down they go!
Ready to fire, sir! Breaking
Lord.
up, Jim!
There we go. The Revenge. Huh. All right. The Siege of Charlestown. Okay.
Hey-o, Bonnet! Flying your own flag at last.
Yes, yes, Blackbeard cut me loose, sadly. Time to have a go at this myself.
Well, that's grand.
Yes, it's for the best, I think. I should have some wild stories when next we meet. Edward, your constant friendship has been my most treasured find on these seas. Well above gold and silver and rum, I prize the courage you have inspired in me this year. Thank you, sir. A fair good morrow to you.
Oh, Stead Bonnet. He's a good man. The Gentleman Pirate, he's actually one of the richest pirates ever.
Are you not loved? No! Are you not wanted by your wives, families, and countrymen? How else to explain your government's complete disinterest in your well-being? Hostages for Madsons! These were my only terms. Yeah. 6 days of pure fucking silence. So I must conclude that you men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char. Oh, Christ! This is my predicament. Kill you, or to press you into my service. It's a decision I'll make hardly, but not with remorse. Ahoy, Edward.
What the hell are you doing, man? All of Charleston can see this mess.
It's the idea. So where's the medicine?
We sent a party ashore to partner with the governor. That were a week ago. No noise since.
I'll handle it. Give me a day.
All right. So we're going to sail a brig up a river.
There's movement up ahead. Is it soldiers?
Aye, and in something of a hurry. I propose we follow, else they spring something we ain't ready for.
What you thinking?
Blackbeard's been at this 8 days already. So it's a good bet. Someone out there has prepared the medicines. Just in case.
Ah, but they're stalling. Thinking up ways to avoid paying it out.
Aye, so let's find where they've gathered and hope for the best. Clew up.
Ooh,
Careful,
going
Captain.
too
We're
fast.
getting close to a watchtower. There's another watchtower.
Hold down. Reef the mains.
that's a bad idea.
The mains.
Ah, crap. Yeah, nah. Okay. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna reload that last checkpoint. We'll keep to the outside. And that way we'll be alright.
There's movement up ahead. Is it soldiers?
Aye, and in something of a hurry. I propose we follow, else they spring something we ain't ready for.
Keep your distance from the gunboat to avoid detection. Yeah. Great.
What you thinking?
Blackbeard's been at this 8 days already. So it's a good bet. Someone out there has prepared the medicines. Just in case.
Ah, but they're stalling. Thinking up ways to avoid paying it out.
Aye, so let's find where they've gathered and hope for the best.
Reminds me of the bayou from Liberation.
Close to a watchtower.
Okay.
Put on some sail.
There's another watchtower.
Come off the wind, someone.
Keep her at half sail, Captain. Speed will do us no favors here. Careful with the banks. We cannot pass them undetected, Captain. And there is no other way.
There's always another way.
All stop!
Okay. Okay. Come on, man. Oh.
Tons of sail. More sail. All we've got.
I see them. Over there. Let us hope the river remains this wide.
Yeah.
Not stuck in bites. Ease the train. Left hand.
If we run aground here, we may never get out.
Furl all sails. Loose the mains.
Be sure they don't spy us trailing them.
Trim to. Catch the wind. Come off the wind, someone.
Steady as she goes, Captain.
We got this.
All down. Reef the mains. Let's get moving. Douse them all. Loose the mains. More sail. All we've got.
They're getting away, Captain.
Then I'll have to go on without her. I'll be back. With the medicines.
Aye, sir.
If he's not the devil himself, then surely he's made some pact with hell. Only be thankful his ship remains anchored and hasn't torn a path into the heart of Charlestown.
Bloody pirates. Someone ought to do something.
They'll be hunted down eventually, every last one of them.
Who's that there?
Two old gators come for their supper.
The old mucker. Warm tonight, isn't it?
Talk about the weather another time, mate. Bit of a hurry. Rockgate back end too. Going land crazy. Dirty puddle road too.
One would suppose all this is for gold. Or rum at least.
Nothing but medicines to cure whatever ailments fester aboard their vessels.
Syphilis and scurvy, no doubt. What noxious coffins these pirate ships must be.
Better listen to him, mate.
Captain Wyatt is not a patient man.
Hello! Is that Ryder yonder?
The very same.
Then speed along, you're expected. And you know how...
Ah, Christ! He took him! He took him! I told you!
Dangerous place, Charlestown.
Thank Christ. I thought we'd make it.
Okay.
I apologize. There was an accident. Private Simon. This crocodile.
I don't care about your accidents. What's the word from the harbor, soldier? Speak.
No change, sir. They're holding fast, but are yet to kill or maim any of the captives, near as we can tell. Perhaps it's time to...
To surrender?
Listen to what he's telling you. Damn.
No, not to surrender.
Surrender? I've been entrusted with the affairs of the town, and I do not intend to bow to the demands of a pirate, no matter how fierce his reputation.
Yes, sir.
As long as the supply key is with me... Pirates! The ship's here! Pirates! Fall back to the mansion! Say hello to the... Oh! Stop that! Do something, you fools!
Okay.
He's going for the captain! Kill him! Kill him! Someone's after the captain!
Ooh.
Oh, there.
Intruder! Help!
What the hell?
Hey! Quicken the pace! Stop him!
There we go.
God! God save me! And flay all you devils! Ah!
Blackbeard made you as good an offer as ever a man got from any pirate. You might curse his methods, but medicine was all he wanted. And now he'll get it. You should have bartered, mate.
There we go.
He has returned, Captain!
What's the take? 2 crates. And the means for mixing additional doses.
That's right thinking. Precious little of that these days. You hear that, Mr. Rags? My young friend returns with offerings and so saves your scrawny neck. Will you not thank him?
You should quit these waters, Thatch. The governor, he's bound to muster more soldiers.
You go on ahead, I got some business in the north.
You're done, aren't you? Giving up on us. On Nassau.
Look, lad. I'm late into my 4th decade on this earth. And if I don't find some means to make the 5th a quiet and cozy voyage, I'd rather sink to the devil's doorstep than call myself captain another year. one below.
Oh. And is that it? All those
Do you
guards
have a
do.
minute? I'm on my way upstairs.
You're just standing there talking to me.
Talk with us about putting together a trailer using some of the footage you've been recording this past month. Take your time. I'll meet you by the elevator.
Okay. Wow. Whew. We've not been in the office for some time. Ah. Yeah. Look at that. All sorts. Now there's another little thing over here. Does that mean we can hack this? Yeah. There we go. Initiating extraction sequence. Olivia, here's the initial presentation I received. It's a little light on facts, but these guys know what they're doing. We'll know more when they arrive on Monday. Let me know if you feel like attending. John. Bloom. Why now? Why wait? Why Bloom? As the world's foremost innovator of high-tech, high-performance communications and security technology, Bloom stands poised to reshape the way we think about information security architecture, ISA. Specializing in everything from mobile telephony to home computing to digital imaging processors to networked security systems, we take great pride in the fact that we helped create most of the markets we now dominate. And nowhere is our expertise more apparent than in our flagship product, CTOS, a groundbreaking proprietary security software operating system. So, what is CTOS? Confidential, privacy, security. Integral. How did we ever do business without it? Accessible. The touch of a button. Available. We're everywhere, all the time. Stable. It just works. Put simply, CTOS is the most stable and user-friendly software security controller ever devised. Can Abstergo afford to pass up perfection? The CTOS dream, the Bloom promise. A dozen cities, 100 major corporations, 1,000 small businesses. For almost a decade, CTOS has served its clients' need with a track record unparalleled in the modern age. How do we do it? Durable, ultralight HD cameras, ultra-speed fiber optic networking, proprietary facial recognition software, multiple fail-safe data centers, cloud-compatible intelligence sharing, 24-hour customer service, support and service. In short, we have everything Abstergo needs to protect its unique intellectual property and more. The future is Bloom. We look forward to working with you. Yeah, right. With that being said, it's probably coming up on the time that we're going to be able to start our Watchdog series, because I don't want to start it without being able to justify one of the side quests
Over here.
in the first game.
Are you ready? He's waiting for us.
Yeah, I'm ready. Come on, Melanie. Let's go.
I just watched some of your footage from this week. It's amazing. Blackbeard was mental. And we all got so excited that we started talking about this idea for a trailer about him. Maybe start with him drinking, talking to some pirates, telling a story. Then, we cut to him leaping across the deck of his boat and... Sorry, his ship, not boat. But jumping around the deck of his ship, swinging from ropes, and fighting like a devil. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to manipulate some of the existing footage to get it looking good, but it could be great. I'm getting a shiver in my timbers just thinking about it. Sorry.
Funnily enough, she's talking about the actual launch trailer for Black Flag as a game. It's a major fourth wall break, actually.
Bonjour, ça va? I hope we're not late.
No, you can go right.
Hi, Melanie. I saw you just walked in. I need a few minutes with you alone. Leticia is on the phone and we're discussing the Kenway project.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about this. I'll call you when we're ready.
Shouldn't be long.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Do you have a second? Of course you do. Head to the waypoint on your map. I have another job for you. I'd like to link all the cameras in the building to a central monitoring system, but most aren't calibrated correctly. Head to the right of Olivier's office. And if the receptionist complains, act like you're using the toilets.
Gotta take a leak. Can't meet the boss under duress.
Another locked door. Not a problem. Voila. You now have level 2 security clearance. Not bad for your first few weeks. Find the camera control station first.
Okay. Sticky note 9. Still haven't found sticky note number 1. But I guess that's a problem for another day. Oh, wow. Ooh. Yeah, we're no assassin.
I'll update your communicator.
Sticky notes? No? Okay. Desmond Miles. Alright.
Ah, this is an interesting security measure. It looks like you need to find the right combination of numbers to adjust the waves. Easy enough, right? Pick a number selector, then change its value. Once you find the right combination of numbers, you should get access.
I see. Nice. Live fees. Okay.
It works.
And if we want information on assassins or Templars or the observatory or whatever the fuck else interests us, Olivier, you will deliver it. Full stop.
Uh-huh.
I understand that, Leticia. I'm sorry if that came out wrong. We are not trying to be a bottleneck here, but we just don't have the resources right now to do 2 times the research.
Finding that balance is your priority. Your entertainment products are simply a means to pay the bills for larger and more important work. That's the way the world works. Dirty money buys clean hospitals. You get it?
We're on board, Leticia. Rest assured. We have our best employee working on this, but it will take time.
That means you.
Good. And thank you. The both of you. I look forward to seeing what you deliver. Until then, I'll see you at the shareholders meeting, Olivier.
Looking forward to it. Bye-bye. Tabarnak! It's a little too early for that kind of abuse, huh? Come on.
So, what's next?
We do as the lady says. Focus on the observatory.
Assassins, Templars, crazy talk. I'm curious about this shareholders meeting, though. How about you break into Olivier's office and see if you can find his schedule? Oh, what? You don't like that idea? Well, how about I blow the fucking whistle on you, hacker? I own you. What I mean is, I don't want to ruin your life. So, do as I say. Now, step over to the window.
The window. Like the window? This window? Ooh.
You can't waltz into Olivier's office through the front door, so I've opened another route. Up we go. Did you know that Abstergo was run by Templars? Oh, yeah. Sounds like crackpot stuff, I know. But then again, the moon landing was fake, right? So, anything's possible. All right. Either you walk through that door, or throw yourself off the terrace. Those are your options.
Okay.
Oh, well done, kiddo. Find his computer. Make it snappy. We're looking for the shareholders meeting schedule. It's worth a lot of money to us.
Money. Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, I know this one. Awesome. To Melanie LeMay, Kama Neron, Chloe Lesnie, Christopher Darby, Evan Dean. From Olivier Garneau, date November 6th of November 2013, 9:46. Salut. As most of you know, I'll be attending the Chicago shareholders meeting from the 15th to the 17th, and they'll want to see our progress with the Kenway line. The small amount of data we have already gathered is incredible, and we anticipate even more amazing finds in the near future. The events and people we have seen so far make us confident that the complete experience will be one of the most eye-opening explorations of piracy ever seen. It will take quite a bit of work to scrub the data of objectionable and classified material, but we already have some incredibly promising footage. At the same time, Abstergo Entertainment will soon be announcing a closed beta for our new consumer cloud interface app, sexy name forthcoming. Edward Kenway's virtual pirate experience will be the first complete product on offer, and the first of its kind anywhere, an immersive interactive pirate experience drawn from actual historical data. Internal tests of our consumer cloud app have been encouraging, and we anticipate it will be ready in time for the next holiday season if everything goes according to plan. So this leads us to a broader question. What other experiences would we like to offer? What other historical periods and locations can we explore? Judging by our current rate of data retrieval, our capacity to produce, and our understanding of consumption trends, executives at Abstergo Industries have given me the goal of producing one complete virtual experience per annum, in addition to smaller offerings. As our research allows, this includes books, recordings, films, and any other transmedia offerings. A second related question is this. Does Sample 17 contain enough compelling data to sustain our current commitment to it, or should we make a request to Abstergo Industries for additional archived data? Remember that data from Sample 1 proved fruitful enough to create our Liberation product. It is very likely that research into Samples 2 through 16 would bear surprising fruits as well. Thoughts? Olivier Garneau, Chief Creative Officer of Abstergo Entertainment. To Olivier Garneau, Kama Neron, Chloe Lesnie, Christopher Darby, and Evan Dean from Melanie LeMay. Same day at 10:01. Possible locations. Hello all. Thanks for opening the discussion, Olivier. Just a brief heads up with where we stand now. I've been the Sample 17 project director for just over a year now, and my team and I have been able to cobble together a rough list of the most interesting time periods available to us through this single genetic sample. Remember, this data that has already been fully or partially sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I'll try to be brief. The patrilineal line, 15th century Italian Renaissance, 16th century Ottoman Empire, 18th century American colonies / the War for Independence, 19th century New England and American Midwest. The matrilineal line, 12th century Holy Land Crusades, 13th century Egypt and Northern Africa, 14th century Ashikaga Shogunate in Japan, 18th century French Revolution, 19th century Napoleonic Wars, Taiwan, 20th century The Summer of Love, American Pacific Coast. Obviously, this is just a small sample of the potential options. The number of ancestors any one person has is well above 30,000 after just 15 generations. So there could be many more surprises waiting for us within Sample 17. However, despite Sample 17's rich heritage, we should not limit ourselves to this alone if we have concrete leads elsewhere. For instance, quite a few men from all sides of my family fought in both world wars, and I even have a great-great-grandfather who fought in the American Civil War. Managed to meet President Lincoln a few times too. Going this route is a little more costly and time-consuming since the data is not already been sequenced, but it could be rewarding in the long run. In short, if anyone has any confirmed connections or interesting historical events, periods, or cities, or knows of people who do, please share. I will also be reviewing the past 3 decades of samples collected and sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I recently learned that one of their samples, number 2 I believe, participated in the trial of Jeanne d'Arc. So there's a nice lead right there. Melanie LeMay, Project Coordinator Sample 17. Wow. Wild West assassins, huh? That's cool. Oh, there's the Italian Renaissance. That's what would become Origins there. To Olivier Garneau. All good points, Mel. A word of caution, though. Sample 2 comes from the late Dr. Warren Vidic himself, collected at some point in the early 80s when he was a young engineer working at Abstergo Industries. So as tempting as a Joan of Arc experience sounds, I'm not sure Abstergo Industries would be too keen on letting us rummage around in Dr. Vidic's DNA. It's just a sensitive topic. For my own part, I'm related to Francois Xavier Garneau, noted Quebecois historian and poet. Exciting, right? A possible lead. One additional caveat. Let's avoid digging into any modern periods, i.e. the 20th century, unless we find something incredibly compelling, because as fun as a World War II setting might sound, we do well to avoid any settings with vehicles, cars, motorcycles, helicopters, tanks, etc. Why, you may ask? Because our research has shown that memory imprinting in individuals is actually hampered by the semi-catatonic state most people enter when driving for medium and long periods of time, and this makes data retrieval somewhat more difficult. In short, we don't want to go through the effort of coding extra animus features just for the sake of digging up memories of people driving around in cars. There are other and more efficient ways to experience that. Olivier Garneau. From Chloe Lesney. Olivier, haha. Quebec City is beautiful, but without pirates, ninjas, or zombies, I'm not sure how well a story about a historian would sell. Also, keep in mind, samples 4 and 16 might be off limits too. While doing my own research last month, I caught wind of some exciting characters buried in these gene samples, but as soon as I started digging, I was told by people far, far above me to stop. Very odd, but not surprising, I suppose. AE has a lot of active military contracts, and I assume these had something to do with that. I didn't push back. As far as my own, if anyone is interested, my great-grandfather was friends with Hemingway and Stein and Satie and Picasso when he lived in Paris in the 1920s. No action-packed adventures there, but historically interesting, just throwing it out there. P.S. Chris, is our lunch meeting on-site or off? From Olivier. Yes, as much as I love The Lost Generation, I think our first few virtual experiences will need to be a little bit more action oriented. So, wars and major combat operations are always a good starting point, or any periods of intense conflict, really. As for pirates, ninjas, and zombies, we could easily accommodate the first two, but zombies are a bit, how do you say, ahistorical? Too bad, really. Christopher Darby. My great grandmother, for instance, worked alongside Eamon de Valera and Michael Collins for many years during the Irish War for Independence, so it wouldn't be difficult to sequence that small segment of my own genetic memories for our purposes. Olivier. Actually, there is a factual basis for zombies, or zombification anyway. Read Hurston's book on Haiti and the strange voodoo practice there. It may not be Hollywood-style zombie magic, but it's creepy nonetheless. In Liberation, Aveline came into contact with voodoo hoongans. If we dug further into that, I wonder what we could find. Her mentor, Agate, was into some weird stuff. KL. Offsite, there's a new vegetarian place I want to try. I'll bring the spec sheets. They're already printed. From Kama. Sorry to be a dissenter, but couldn't we be using this technology to educate, not placate? Placate? I mean, theoretically, we have all of human history to explore, all of our achievements and brightest moments, so it's a little disheartening to hear we need to focus on wars and conflicts and violence. It's not that I am against violence, per se, it's just that violence isn't terribly interesting in bulk. That's all. There's so much more nuance to life, and I think we can explore that. So what if we found the memories of someone who worked with Albert Einstein in his patent office, or Charles Darwin on the Beagle, or Marie Curie in France? Moments where humans showed their very best potential. From Evan. Okay, come on. Until oily, humorless university professors start paying us 8-figure fees to research the reification of normative gender signifiers in pre-colonial India, why don't we stick to shit that sells? I'm talking Jack the Ripper in Victorian London. I'm talking about guillotines, Robespierre and Napoleon Bonaparte in the French Revolution. I'm talking about Billy the Kid and Wyatt Earp in the wild American West. I'm talking about Genghis Khan. Khan is misspelled. Possibly. And the Mongols killing a city of millions in the span of a long summer weekend. Action, blood, adventure, conflict. Because we're not going to earn back 1/10 of the money we have poured into this, reliving the memories of the guy who sat next to Einstein as he bit his nails while working out the finer details of general relativity in his head. For frick's sake, man, this is a business, not a group therapy session. Ooh. Olivier, gotta know. Evan, let's take this offline. Jeez.
You sneaky bastard. A pirate through and through, ain't you? Now, get down to the lobby. There's a courier waiting. Yeah, that's right. I've been planning this for a few hours. Now, wait. The receptionist. Hold on. I'll try something. As gullible as ever.
Oh no.
Now, hurry down to the lobby before I remotely detonate your earpiece.
I don't think that's a joke.
Don't even think about ratting me out. My tracks are covered. Yours ain't.
Oh dear.
Did you like the allongé? I practiced.
I think you pulled it a little too long.
Oh, come on. Not encrypted code, for God's sakes. It's just a bloody coffee. Oh, hooray! It's our old friend.
Hey there, I just got a call about picking up another transfer.
Oh? You said you were here to see me.
Yes, that is one of the perks. Let's see it. A conference in Chicago. Very nice. Thanks for this. We'll be in touch.
So, Rebecca, text me.
Stuff it, Hastings.
Oh, jeez. Return to your animus.
Well done, friend.
Well,
Very well done. Apologies for my temper tantrum there. You are with the good guys, I promise. We'll keep you safe. Trust me. Go on back to work. We'll be in touch.
I'm sure. A sticky note. Look at that. 11. Okay. I want to hack some more security cameras. There we go. Lobby camera number 1. Okay.
Did you see that detail up front this morning?
It's a level 3 lock. Okay. Well, let's head back up to the sample 17 floor and see what else we can find. Alright, let's see if there's anything else I've got. Corporate pressure, messages, and my diary. Okay. Mission log. Corporate pressure. Week 3 is on, and all is well. At Olivier's request, I should be researching Edward Kenway's memories for the observatory, but John from IT continues to pester me with menial tasks. Melanie seems optimistic about the whole project. Well, that's good. Let's see here. John from Eva Dean, researching something. Hey there, buddy pal. What's that they've got you're researching over there? Hush hush? Top secret? Good for you. You Abstergo protege you. At least they trust someone. Glad it's you. Okay. Security team. Security warning. Due to the recent data leak, new security measures will be instated. Please remember to follow all guidelines concerning your communicator cubicle, and as always, honor and respect your NDA. Attention! Throughout the week, window cleaners will be active outside the building on all floors. Please take extra care to maintain the confidentiality of your research and report any anomalous behavior to security or a manager. Okay. Support team recent departures. A number of colleagues have recently accepted voluntary separation packages or transfers to other subsidiaries of Abstergo Industries. Please wish a warm goodbye to Sarah Young, Scout Smester, and Chloe Lesney. Bon voyage. Oh. Evan Dean, what we know. Ever notice the weird vibe in this place? I'm serious. It's not all sushi and lattes. I think we had to leave our old office because it was haunted. No, seriously though. Why does a company that's only 2 years old have the resources for an office this size? Not to mention the aquarium elevator. There's some sensible spending. That's some sensible spending right there. M.O. Boldriel, party like it's 1984. I was just out for a walk around the atrium, and I gotta ask, have you noticed all the cameras in this place? Why do they need to watch us so closely? We're making games, for crying out loud, not weapons or something. What's your take on all this? John from IT. Hey there. I tweaked your communicator a bit. You can now take a peek around the building using the security cameras. Be sensible with this incredible new power. Interesting. Great minds. Yeah.
You didn't get hacked, did you?
Okay. Let's take a look around. Chinese takeout. Some PCs. No sticky notes. Tagate. Rising Phoenix. There's one. 5. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 19. Soon. Okay. So let's check this out real quick. Okay. There we go.
Our researchers looked into the life of Altair Ibn Lahad, hoping to find a biography that might serve as a positive role model for Abstergo's global outreach programs. Unfortunately, this renegade assassin proved to be no such thing. In much of his footage, we see a man gleefully flouting some of his culture's most entrenched taboos with an arrogance that borders on messianic.
Altair, no! This is not our way! To burn a man's body is forbidden!
Many of our researchers felt that the arguments articulated by Altair's rival, a man known as Abbas, were clearer and more cogent than any we heard from Altair. I've recently put in a request that more effort be dedicated to locating one of Abbas's descendants, if any exist. It's clear to us that Altair's transgressions were the primary motivation behind the ultimate dissolution of his despicable order by the middle of the 13th century. We therefore strongly recommend a pass on this property, in favor of a more agreeable and inspiring figure from this era.
They did our boy Altair dirty. Oh no. Okay. Let's see what's on this one. There we go. Subject 17, Phase 1 report. This surveillance video Ooh. Sorry about that, got an achievement. That hurt. This surveillance video, possibly captured by Erudito or another group, is labeled New York, USA, September 1st, 2012, 4:02. That's AM. The accompanying chat transcript was labeled Kidnapped, Data Transcript Level 3. Can someone ask Chase to make sure his men use more professional language going forward? Cell Tower Grid 4OS P73ZN UTC 2012-9-1-2-40-224Z. Outgoing transmission caller ID private interference. Yes, sir. We have him. Reply scrambled. Yes, shoving him in the van as we speak, sir. Target will be delivered on schedule. Transmission ends. Surveillance video labeled Brooklyn, USA. 4:02. 35 minutes later. The poster claims Abstergo agents have captured an unknown Caucasian male. Victim is in his mid-20s, approximately 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. Destination unknown. This is one is labeled Champino, Italy, 1844. 1,400 hours. I see. The poster identified this only as unmarked hangar, but then went on to say, Abstergo agents arriving at destination, company-owned jet brought to hangar after landing, victim identified as Desmond Miles. I don't think this has spread too far yet. Location has already been scrubbed, so I think we can dismiss this as the ravings of a fanatic. Preliminary analysis. A leaked medical file. We're looking into it. No menstrual disorders for subject 17, though. That must have been a relief for the public to read. Patient has no active complaints, no acute distress, no prior cardiac history. Blood pressure normal, 120, 112 over 78. Primary blood analysis. No significant traces of chemicals that would lead to neurological disorder. No indication that patient would be prone to neurosis. Unlike previous subjects, patient is psychologically stable. You are cleared to proceed. Signed by Damien Saravakos, MD, on September 3rd, 2012, from the Medical Division. Missing persons poster. Friends of Subject 17 distributed these all over New York. Have you seen this man, Desmond Miles? 25, 6 foot, 195, brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen September 1st near Washington Square Park, wearing a white hoodie and dark jeans. If you have any information, please contact us at Redacted. Interesting. Alright. That's one half. Let's see if anybody's out. That's mine.
Found a small bit of sequence data on Jonah Martin.
Ah. Oh, wow. There we go. Core breached. Anti-Catheria mechanism. Okay. Originally assumed to be an analog computing device built for the purposes of determining the future positions of astral bodies, Abstergo Industries scientists have recently discovered that the Anti-Catheria mechanism is merely one small portion of a much larger tool, a so-called prognostication machine, thought to have been used by the first civilization to make probability-based predictions of future events. It has been confirmed, for instance, that our precursor race, such as use such a device in conjunction with their inherent precognitive abilities to locate and contact Mr. Desmond Miles, the source of the Sample 17 strand, for purposes that shall remain classified. It is also known that due to the nature of these quantum probability measurements, that such machines would have been exceedingly difficult to use, and that many hundreds or thousands of trials would have been needed to peak such great distances into the future. Baghdad Battery. A mystery that has puzzled scientists for decades, the Baghdad Battery's ultimate secret has finally been discovered. This year, researchers at Abstergo Industries determined that these batteries contained at one time a synthetic precursor element capable of producing power by harnessing energy generated by the passage of time. Eerily similar to what theoretical physicists have called time crystals, this unknown crystalline material was able to generate tiny but unlimited levels of energy simply by siphoning energy from the passage of time itself. Though minute, the resulting power was likely enough to power a small LED, resulting in a humble but incredibly efficient means of producing light. To date, a functioning precursor time crystal has not been located. Hey there, we know what you are, blood vial. Little is known about the function of these blood vials, though dozens have been found since Abstergo took an interest in their recovery at some point in the late 1980s. To date, only 3 have been found with their original contents intact, and of these, only 1 contained a confirmed sample of precursor DNA. Abstergo Industries executives have expressed a particular interest in locating more precursor DNA and, if possible, samples of our so-called mitochondrial Eve. As far-fetched as this sounds, please take special care to identify any vials you might stumble upon in a memory replay. Unfortunately, as the average half-life of DNA is a mere 500 years, any sample old enough to belong to either source, 80,000 years or more, will have degraded well beyond usefulness. We suspect it would require a minimum of over 250 similarly preserved samples and a hell of a lot of luck to sequence an entire precursor genome, though the true figure is probably closer to 500. Whoa. Crystal skulls. These ancient tools have been found on a few separate occasions at alleged precursor sites throughout the world. All are communication devices to some degree, although 3 distinct varieties have been discovered so far. The first crystal skulls worked much like the mobile telephony devices we use today. These allowed multi-node communication between all who possessed a working device. A second crystal skull was later discovered to have a record and playback function, meaning a user could record and send audio-visual messages to multiple parties as frequently as he saw fit. A third set of crystal skulls, discovered only recently, seems to have acted as a passive monitoring device, much like televisions in a multi-camera surveillance system setup. As yet, the cameras on the opposite end of this setup have not been found. It is unclear why these communications devices were designed to resemble such a macabre piece of anatomy, but we have no reason to suspect that our precursor race, as intelligent as they were, didn't occasionally fall victim to gaudy fashion. Memory seals. These devices, powerful in function but limited in scope, were used by the precursor for civilization to record brief memory impressions, which could then be played back or re-experienced by another user at a later date. Judging by their scarcity, fewer than 40 have ever been found or accounted for. It appears that these seals were not wielded casually by the precursor race, but were intended for use only by the wealthiest and most powerful members of that society. To date, no seals containing recorded precursor memories have been found, and only a few have been known to contain any information whatsoever. The seals used by the assassin Altair ibn Lahad to pass memory information to Ezio Auditore da Firenze are suspected to be functional to this day, but as of this writing, their whereabouts are unknown. As a point of interest, it can be revealed that many of Abstergo's early breakthroughs in genetic memory technology came about through close study of these artifacts, although current Animus technology is not based on their architecture. Interesting. The Voynich manuscript. A fascinating puzzle as yet unsolved. We are deeply interested in finding the person or persons responsible for the creation of this magnificent and mystifying tome. All researchers assigned to European subjects living in the 15th and 16th centuries should be advised to pay special heed to any mention of this rare and valuable artifact. Though recent carbon dating has given the manuscript a birth date of 1505 or thereabouts, Abstergo Industries has uncovered highly classified information that complements this theory greatly. One subject of great interest to us in this endeavor is the English philosopher Roger Bacon. Interesting.
Sequence data on Joan of Arc. Minutes after blowing it up.
And then, here we are. A conference room with 3 PCs. Here's a sticky note, though. Three. Oh, wow. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 19. We're getting closer. Okay, let's hack. Oh, the leapfrog one? Yeah, this one's gonna be easy. Oh, I had to say something, didn't I?
Okay, hope this is on. I don't think I've ever used this phone more than a few times to record anything.
1, 2, and 3. So we can finally listen to these. I think that we will start that at the beginning of the next episode. Just to save time. So we can cry together. Another leapfrog. Oh, wow. Alright, Sean. Desmond. Getting ready to jump. Cananosa Bar and Grill in Brazil when they went to the fight. Rebecca. William. Oh, that hurts my soul. Oh, what cat? It's adorable. And then, here we go. Alea Ghost Lights. Okay, let's see. Ghost Lights. Wow. Okay. It is the opinion of this researcher that inadequate attention has been paid to Southeast Asia and in particular the Himalayas. Our research into first civilization peoples and the subtle fingerprints that they have left throughout the world would benefit greatly from further investigation into this region. For example, we may find a prime example in the form of the Alea ghost lights, often reported by fishermen. Asterisk. The lights appear over marshes and possess the power to distract, waylay, and even compel victims to drowning, but have also proven useful as navigational aids. Gas seems like too fastly an explanation, as genetic memory research yielded evidence of anything similar yet. Ghosts, or gas, or something else. In the Himalayas, these are said to be the souls of deceased fishermen. We really don't take fishermen seriously enough, do we? How many times has a simple fisherman village yielded significant information, if not treasure? Oh. The Bermuda Triangle. What must surely be the most intently studied region whose very existence is routinely denied by official sources, the Devil's Triangle has been held responsible for countless vanished vessels, aircraft, and ship alike since the earliest days of sail. The region's techno-omnivorous tendencies have been attributed to many magnetic pull of the lost continent of Atlantis, to UFOs, and even to unnamed mysterious forces. While the area still holds much interest, and we firmly believe in the power of science over superstition, we have been unlucky in researching this area and can claim only to have contributed 2 small aircraft, a ship, and several $100,000 of research equipment to the hungry maw of its continued mystery. For the time being, it may be safer to pursue greater knowledge of the region through genetic memory research via the Animus program. Chichen Itza. One of the most popular tourist attractions in Mexico today, Chichen Itza was once one of the largest cities of the pre-Columbian Mayan civilization. Boasting a mix of architectural styles from across the empire, it is also known to include contributions from members of the first civilization believed to have fought on the front lines against the human rebellion. In particular, the technologically advanced system of caves, tunnels, and puzzles that run underground between the Castillo Temple and the Cenote Sagrado are rich with first civilization artifacts. Excavated in the 18th century in a controversial dig ordered by Madeleine Delisle, these range from prophecy discs to rings and shards. Voluminous in quantity, they are minor but culturally significant artifacts which, as a collection, provide us with the best picture we have of life on Earth in the months preceding the Toba catastrophe. The site is currently under federal protection, but we are close to reaching an agreement with the Mexican government. Oh. Easter Island. Located at the southeastern point of the Polynesian Triangle, Big Rapa is home to some 887 Moai statues created by the Rapa Nui people. One of the most isolated inhabited islands, a territory of Chile, protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it has proven difficult to study closely in this century. Some records are available from the 18th century when the Rapa Nui suffered from disease communicated by European sailors. 19th and 20th century records indicate slave raids, famine, war, and deforestation. Despite this rich and perhaps tragic history, it is the Moai statues that are most heavily protected. Carved from the stone of an extinct volcano, it is not known how they were transported for installation. This mystery fascinates tourists, but if we could gain access to conduct a private archaeological excavation of the island, it is the petroglyphs and network of caves established by even earlier civilizations that we believe would yield the most productive results. Lake Vostok. Working with our Russian partners, we have secured an agreement to commence research into the subterranean lake that rests beneath Vostok Station in the accurately, if poetically named, Pole of Cold on the East Antarctic ice sheet. Sitting approximately 3,500 meters above sea level, this freshwater lake rests 4,000 meters beneath the surface. A core ice sample was extracted in 2012, and we will soon begin research that should provide a paleoclimatic record going back some 400,000 years. Isolated fossil water reserve samples may prove even older. Only time and science will tell what genetic marvels these magnificent samples will reveal, if not a new window into first civilization life itself. Well, I guess that's that then. And I'm fairly certain we don't have any additional. Welcome my first week. Time to get to work. Talked to Melanie LeMay about rewards and bonuses. Visited Olivier Garneau in his office. He asked me to prioritize Edward Search for something called the Observatory. Was contacted by John from IT. He asked me to access a colleague's computer and cover a video file for him. Delivered the strange autopsy video to a courier. Why did he misspell courier? Named Rebecca in the lobby. I also noticed the barista here is a bit of a dandy, a bit annoying. So far, so good. Really productive week. Interesting. My files. Yeah. Surely I haven't missed some. I absolutely did. How did I do that? No, I've been in here before. Right? There were 4 in here. Oh, no. Wow, yeah, we are really going over time, aren't we? Oh, wow. We'll be sure to go back to this one as well. Let's just go ahead and grab the files, and then we'll just slip away. Oh, wow. One of history's most overlooked leaders, Madeleine de Lisle, freed hundreds of slaves and brought them to sanctuary in a tropical haven whose construction she oversaw personally. Brutally cut down at the peak of her career by Aveline de Grandpré, the orphan she rescued from a broken home, Madeleine served as a Master Templar in the southern colonies from 1764 to 1777. Disgusting. No one likes Madeline. And then a security room. Like what, right here? I suppose so. Alright, let's take a look. Well, let's also take a look for sticky notes. No. Okay. This isn't too hard. Here we go.
Security was at my desk.
Is that what happened? I saw them asking you questions.
Yeah. Confiscated my animus key, and now my position here is under review.
Are you kidding? That's scary.
That is scary. Melanie LeMay. What are you doing? Nothing. CCL. Yeah. Security room. The lobby. Okay. So we've caught up with everything we need to do. So, without further ado, that is where we're going to call it today. Now, in the beginning of the next episode, we're going to go ahead and review the several files we have collected from around the office. And then hopefully dive back into the Animus. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you enjoy the content I've put out here recently, please consider watching live with me on twitch.tv/JeffTheNarrator469. Or if you prefer to watch on YouTube, like I know I do, you can always find me on YouTube at Jeff the Narrator. I upload all the VODs that I record as soon as they're finished to an archived YouTube list. So, you can always catch up and binge the series that I've got in store, as well as maybe find a series that I have done in the past that you enjoy. But, as always, this has been Jeff the Narrator and our Abstergo employee. And it's time to get back to work and keep telling stories.